It doesn't exist. It never has. No childhood, no memories, no soul behind those eyes. Yet somehow, it feels more familiar than the person you saw in the mirror this morning. That should disturb you. Because right now, we aren't just using AI, we are being reflected by it. But this mirror is warped, distorted, and every time you scroll, every time you click, every time you generate a prompt, you're feeding a loop that is quietly, systematically rewriting what it means to be human. We used to create technology to serve us. Now we are reshaping ourselves to serve it. Our attention, our desires, our very sense of self, all being fed into a machine that learns, adapts, and feeds it back to us in a form we barely recognize. But here's the question no one is asking out loud. If the machine is learning from us, and we are learning from the machine, who is actually shaping whom? This is not the future. This is happening right now. In your phone, in your feed, in the face you just looked at and felt something for, despite knowing it was never real. Welcome to the feedback loop of the 21st century. Today, we look into the AI mirror.
For thousands of years, human culture was a living, breathing journey. We inherited traditions, added our own spark, our own pain, our own joy, our own rebellion, and passed them forward. It was slow, it was messy, it was gloriously, imperfectly human. But something has changed. We're no longer just creating culture. We are feeding it into a machine and consuming whatever the machine decides to give back. Imagine a library, vast, infinite, seemingly full of knowledge and creativity. But every book in it was written by a machine that had only ever read other books written by machines. No human hand, no human heartbreak, no human truth, just patterns, probabilities, predictions. This is what scientists call model collapse, a phenomenon where AI, trained on AI-generated data, begins to lose the edges of human originality, the diversity, the chaos, the beautiful imperfection that makes art feel like art, and music feel like medicine, and words feel like they were written just for you. And it's already happening. We've explored how the digital dictator controls your choices, but this goes deeper, far deeper, because this isn't just about what you watch or what you buy. This is about who you are. When AI generates your art, you stop creating. When AI writes your thoughts, you stop thinking. When AI shapes your opinions, you stop believing. And slowly, without even noticing, you begin to mirror the very algorithm you created. You start optimizing yourself, cutting away the rough edges, the contradictions, the parts of you that don't perform well.
You asked us a question in the comments. A question so simple, it should have an easy answer. Is technology killing our traditions? Look into the mirror. Really look. Because the answer isn't in a research paper. It isn't in a tech conference. It's staring back at you, in the face you make when no one is watching, in the laugh that surprises even you, in the grief that hits at 3 a.m. when everything is quiet. That is tradition. That is culture. That is the accumulated weight of every human being who ever lived, loved, and suffered before you, passed down not through code, but through experience, through touch, through shared silence. And AI has none of that. Not because it isn't powerful, not because it isn't impressive, but because no matter how sophisticated the algorithm, it has never lost anyone. It has never held something beautiful and watched it decay. It has never made a mistake that kept it awake at night. It has only ever seen data about those things. And data about pain is not pain.
This is what we risk losing when we let generative AI reshape our culture. Not just our art, not just our music, but the glitches, the imperfections, the moments that don't make sense, that aren't optimized, that exist for no reason except that they are deeply, achingly human. The stutter in your grandfather's voice when he talks about the war, the specific way your mother laughs when she's trying not to, the folk song that has no logical reason to make you cry, but does, every single time. These things cannot be trained. They cannot be generated. They cannot be prompted. And yet, we are slowly replacing them, content by content, filter by filter, algorithm by algorithm. Here is the dark truth no one wants to say out loud. We are not just consuming AI-generated culture. We are beginning to feel it, to be moved by it, to mistake its patterns for poetry.
The AI mirror isn't going away, and maybe it shouldn't, because every mirror, no matter how warped, shows us something true. And what this one is showing us, if we're brave enough to look, is exactly how close we are to losing something we can never get back. Our messiness, our contradiction, our beautiful, irrational, unoptimizable humanity. So no, the answer isn't to smash the mirror. The answer is to stop letting it think for you. Reclaim your unpredictability. Read the book that has no algorithm recommending it. Listen to the song that doesn't fit your mood. Have the conversation that makes you uncomfortable. Make the art that no one asked for. Feel the feeling that has no name and resist the urge to immediately share it. Because every time you do something the machine didn't predict, you are proving that you are still here, still thinking, still human. The most radical act in the age of AI is not to unplug. It's to remain genuinely, stubbornly, irreducibly yourself. Now we want to hear from you. When you look into the AI mirror, what do you see? Are you afraid of losing your identity to the algorithm? Or do you believe this is simply the next chapter of human evolution? Uncomfortable, yes, but inevitable. Tell us in the comments, honestly, messily, without optimizing your answer. Because that unfiltered, unpolished human response is exactly what no AI can ever truly replicate. And if this conversation has made you think, if it has made you question even one thing you thought you knew about yourself and this technology, then stay with us.